Oh yeah, we're live. That's what's going
We are
on right
live. All right. So we'll get us started with the top three and
That's how the show starts.
yep, get the show underway. This week on the Media Virus Podcast, we all think we know that justified homicide is a thing, but when somebody busts out a window to save a kid from I'm going to start over because my mouth stopped working. This week on the Media Virus Podcast, we all think we know that justified homicide is a thing, but when somebody busts out a window to save a kid from baking in a car, who should pay to fix the window? When you have remote work to do and your neighbor changes the Wi-Fi password without warning, who's the asshole? And sometimes being an asshole is justified. Sometimes it's a diagnosable condition like tip rage. It's the Media Virus Podcast. Let's point and laugh at the world burning around us with executive producer Mike Latoris. We're going to start over. BBC correspondent Stanley McFadden.
Makes me tingly in an unfamiliar way.
Grease Monkey Pete.
Damn, Big Daddy.
Here's the thing about the Media Virus Podcast. It's really well done.
And now, spreading the sage nihilism of an aged Gen Xer, your host and mine, the star of our show, the incomparable Matty Rockdeath.
Hot damn, do we have a show for you people this week? I am Matty Rockdeath. I am the mattiest of all Rockdeaths, and I am proof positive that anyone can have a podcast. Speaking of, welcome to the Media Virus Podcast. Please like, subscribe, follow, and share. I want to thank the new subscribers. We do have a couple this week. Thank you very much. I know we have some new subscribers on YouTube. We've got some new followers on Spotify. And we've had some new hits on the MediaVirus.com. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And as always, you can give us a call. I don't know if we can talk to you, but you can give us a call at 646-VIRUS-01. That's 646-VIRUS-01. You'll make it on the show. We'll figure something out, Just that's the way it goes. Absolutely. So coming up on July 4th, tomorrow, as we're recording this, and if you're listening to this on Spotify, it was yesterday. And if you're listening on Spotify, just take, I guess, everything that I'm going to say now and make it past tense. And that's what it'll, so
Happy birthday, America.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not that I would like to petition, or Congress, the Supreme Court, whoever makes these decisions. And I honestly think that first of all, I think that the national anthem needs to be replaced.
Negative.
I listen, and there's only one. There is only one song that could possibly replace what we have.
Okay.
And I think the new national anthem should absolutely be "Ball with the Ball" by Kid Rock.
Badang dang diggy diggy.
Yeah, said the boogie, said jump up the boogie, ball with the ball to bang a bang, diggy diggy diggy, said the boogie, said jump up the boogie. Now, once you get past the bullshit and the "my name is Kid," okay, and then more bullshit, it goes, and this is for the questions that don't have any answers, the midnight glancers and the topless dancers. A can of freaks, cars packed with speakers, the G's with the 40s and the chicks with beepers. The northern lights and the southern comfort. And it don't matter that your veins are punctured. All of the crackheads, the critics, the cynics, and all my heroes at the methadone clinic. All you bastards at the IRS for the crooked cops and the cluttered desk. Right? How is there
That's
any
so
more?
much.
Is there a more American song? Where'd Mike go?
Hang on.
Is there a more American
Hang on.
song than Ball with the Ball? It is if nothing else to me. If nothing else to me, Ball with the Ball is a 4th of July anthem.
Okay.
Like I feel like I must hear Ball with the Ball on the 4th of July.
I mean, I can get down with that. I don't know that we should
Listen, I would stand.
banner
Do you know how proud I would stand with my hand on my heart at the start of every sporting event? Ball with the ball to bang a bang. I would bring a tear to my eye. Jets flying over and shit. You know what I mean? Fireworks, dude. Think about it.
I don't get it. I remember the first time I heard the song, and it was when we started hanging out with like my brother's friend. Hold on. When we moved from a ghetto area, predominantly Hispanic and like Portuguese people, and then we moved to like where there's cows and stuff, people. And I personally learned so much about white people. And I remember hearing this song in the car with my brother's friends, and his mom was there, and they had siblings that were me and my twin brother's age. And it was just so bizarre, and I didn't know what I was hearing, and I was like, is there a different language like within English that I don't know? I didn't understand. And this was probably weeks after we heard that song that Miley Cyrus's dad sings, but then there's like a rock band that covered it. What's that song?
The Achy Breaky Heart?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
the man?
No. Hold on, I'm thinking of the wrong guy. George somebody.
All right, you're thinking of George Michael, and you're thinking of Limp Bizkit
Yes!
covering Faith. Let me tell you
So
something.
listen, we were on the bus. This was our first time. This is our first year riding a school bus, going to public school with all these white people, and the whole bus is singing this song. And I'm like, huh? And then I learned that they were not singing George Michael.
I was, you were in middle school?
Like feel like 5th grade.
Middle school? So
I don't know.
the first time I ever heard that song, I was at a metal night at a club. And that was the song that led people to think that Limp Bizkit was good.
Hold on. So listen, as a Limp Bizkit fan now, years later, I really like Limp Bizkit. The hot dog flavor, chocolate starfish, hot dog flavored water, that was my fucking shit.
Now, one of the things I was thinking about walking in here was we are going to Rehoboth tomorrow.
Right.
And I was thinking that we should set up our Spotify playlist, now.
Absolutely not.
So
couple episodes of the media virus.
No.
you don't think we could plan our road trip vibes?
Listen, me and Matt get along really well. We're very much in love. But there is something that happens to this man when you try to play a song.
That I don't like.
Whether or not you like it. Like, I know where everybody else that's younger gets it from. Can I play a song? Matt can literally be in the car playing all the songs he wants, and I will never ask to play a song. I will play one song in the car, and he immediately takes over and starts playing all of his fucking
No, but
weird
you
ass
fucking
music.
made a rule that whoever drives listens to what they want.
Right.
So
And that's fine. I'm not gonna mess with the rule. But as soon as I get in that driver's seat, here you come. Let me just play one song. I just really want to hear this song right now. And it'll be like fucking guar, fucking rapey music.
Listen, Guar is not. Look.
Guar is not rapey music.
It kind of is. It kind of
is. She's not wrong.
She's
not wrong.
Wait.
I mean, but
play Guar does Easy Like Sunday Morning.
Yeah, we're not talking about guar covers. We're talking about like fucking.
We're talking about like Salamanizer.
I
I
understand. No, my friends introduced me to Guar many years ago, and
if you want to hear a fantastic, like, there's a rumor out there that Guar is not like a band of talented musicians, and that is absolutely wrong.
Absolutely,
they are
incorrect.
Incredibly
Absolutely
fucking talented.
Incorrect.
If you listen to The Road Behind, the song is fantastic. I tell you what, the entire album of Violence Has Arrived has gotten me through a lot of good times. Right now, though, I'm on a Pennywise kick. Pennywise Live at the Key Club. It's got to be one of my favorite albums in the entire fucking world. That album is so good.
I think what you're saying about Guar actually covers a lot of groups. Like, there's punk acts out there. There's metal and hardcore acts out there that people think it's just noise, but when you break it down, especially like thrash metal, those guys are playing a lot of really high precision notes in time.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
and together.
Yes, like
you want to hear something. You want to hear? Go listen to the Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny re-release by Mr. Bungle. It is one of the most haphazard, but they're all playing the same thing,
right?
But it's one of the most haphazard. Like you get surprised. You're like, what?
And
where did that change come from? Like
it's like you almost have to see them either live or good video of them to realize that they're not just beating on their instruments. They're actually doing something.
Yeah. No, like, dude, listen to a lot of No Effects. You'll hear these other instruments. That's them playing those other instruments.
Yeah.
So, they're multi-talented. They're just playing the music they want to play. And there's, the music that they want to write.
I mean,
what are we supposed to be talking about?
I really think Slash is a brilliant guitarist, and now that he's older and doing his own thing, it's really come to the fore that he's a talented guitarist, more so than just a guy with a cool look that stands over there and plays.
Oh, I always thought Slash was incredibly talented. I mean, talented. But one of the things that pisses me off about the summertime is, and it happens, I think I've railed about it. I've railed about it on this show, I'm sure, because it bothers me. And is, it's like every year somebody leaves their baby in a car.
Or their dog.
I mean, yes, I love dogs, and that's a terrible thing as well. But the human, like the baby, it has, like, I feel like babies have a certain amount of consciousness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just being baked alive in a hot fucking car, just
no, that's a bad
thing. I feel like is a terrifying experience.
I agree.
100%.
In a shocking incident, a quick-thinking 13-year-old neighbor, Aubrey, saved 10-month-old Isabel from a potentially deadly situation. Isabel's father, Lance, had forgotten her in the car on a sweltering 95-degree day after getting distracted by a phone call. Fortunately, Aubrey noticed Isabel in the car and sprang into action. Unable to open the locked doors, she used a hedge trimmer to break a window and rescue the unconscious baby. Aubrey then rushed Isabel to her mother, a nurse, who managed to revive her with cold compresses and a fan. Despite the terrifying ordeal and the fact that Aubrey needed stitches from cutting herself during the rescue, Isabel made a full recovery after spending the night in the hospital. However, the story took an unexpected turn when Lance insisted on seeking reimbursement for the car damage from Aubrey's family, despite their daughter's life-saving actions. Lance's demands.
Can you imagine that?
Lance's demands included covering the insurance deductible and additional costs totaling around $1,000. This insistence has caused significant tension. Isabel's mother is appalled by Lance's actions, considering the damage trivial compared to their daughter's safety. Lance, however, remains firm, arguing that Aubrey's family can afford the expenses due to their financial standing. This situation has not only strained the couple's relationship, but also raised broader questions about gratitude and moral priorities. The community is divided, with many expressing outrage at Lance's stance. This incident highlights critical issues regarding parental responsibilities, neighborly heroism, and the importance of valuing human life over material possessions. The emotional and ethical implications of Lance's actions continue to unfold, leaving everyone wondering about the future of the family dynamic and the lessons learned from this near tragic event.
You want to hear my theory on this? This is my theory.
Go ahead.
When you leave your baby in a car, and then you ignore the doorbell and the knock at the door to retrieve your baby,
repeated doorbell and knock,
right? You feel like an asshole.
You should.
Right. You're going to feel, I mean, that's the thing. You're going to feel like an asshole. Right. So you already feel like an asshole. You've got a deductible on this fucking car.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have the money to get it fixed, or, you know, it's going to set you back. You've got a brand new baby that's got hospital bills now.
Right.
You know what I mean? You might as well you might as well try to sue for damages.
I guess. I mean, yeah. I mean, I really think that Lance might be the asshole in this story.
I mean, you know, Erica would just be pissed he parked in front of the house.
100%.
So she gets so irritated when like people park in front of our house. When we first moved in,
she would have lost her mind the week you guys were away. There was a car that was there literally the whole time.
Oh, I'm sure of it. Because my neighbor, I found out his car is sitting there, and the transmission went.
Oh, the little Kia.
Yeah, like dark gray.
So listen, here's the thing with that little fucking car. When you live in a twin, there is a line. This is my side. This is your side. And he will blow his leaves into my yard so his yard is clear.
Don't they have a driveway on their side?
They have a driveway that can fit maybe 3 cars, probably 2. They have a tree that is a fucking nuisance and a half. And there's across the street. And I just feel like the halfway point between that little piece, that little slab of cement, that is my walkway for me to not have to walk on the grass and get into my vehicle.
We do I leave our trash can on his side of that concrete pad. Or I have left my trash can on his side of that concrete pad.
I don't even care because I fucking don't. So I just feel like that side is my side.
No, I agree. My mother-in-law around the corner has space in front of her house, and she's in a single. She has a driveway, but the house next door also has a driveway. But the people next door will park and encroaching onto what's the space in front of her house. The people across the street will park there in front of the house. And that kind of, it bugs me because when I go to visit somebody, when I'm stopping by, I don't pull into the driveway.
Right. I'll like in my parents' house I will, but anywhere else like
I don't live here.
You park out front.
Yeah.
Right. I don't live here. I park out front.
Right.
So when I run to my mother-in-law's house, and now all the spots in front of her house are taken up by the neighbors, it then makes it very difficult to get into the narrow driveway because they're also parked in front of the neighbor next door. So now I've got this little tiny space that I've got to whip my pickup truck into, and it's just a bit of a pain.
So rude.
And everybody who parks in front of her house has adequate space in front of their home and adequate space in their driveways that they're not using. And it
block their driveway so fucking fast. Oh, I
So
hate
park
it.
in their driveway.
I have.
I'll block someone's driveway.
Doesn't
so
go
fast.
over well.
No, fuck them.
Oh, it's only for 5 minutes.
Doesn't go.
I'm the terrible person. I mean, you've been here, Matt. I've got space down the front of my house. Well, actually, it's the side, but down that one street, there's parking all along what is basically my front yard, from the trash cans on down to the corner.
Yeah.
But it's also 8 feet of my front yard that's been paved over. It's not the street. It's not street parking. That's my front yard. If I had grass there and you pulled up and parked on it, I'd come out and punch you in the face.
Honestly.
So when people just roll up and park in front of my house randomly, it bugs me.
Like, hey, that's my driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mine.
I think it's so rude.
And I've had some serious. It's like years ago there's a business behind us, and when they opened up, they started having their people come park in front of my house. And at that point, the kids were all here, but everybody was driving. Everybody was 16 and up and had their own vehicles. So we had 5 adults in the house with vehicles. We needed places to park them.
Mm.
So I've got my driveway, and then I've got that space. Well, we came home from work one day, and it's all packed up. So I went and I said something, and they basically told me, piss off, it's on street parking. You can't tell us where we can't park on the street. You'll have to wait until we leave. So I went to the management company that took care of the building, and I lodged a complaint, and I told them, I will start having your tenants towed from in front of my home. It is a paved portion of my front lawn. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So that fixed it. A couple weeks into it, I was at the office, which was right around the corner from the house. And they said, hey, we need you to go out on the road. So they put me in the sales van, but I didn't have my boots with me. So I came home to get my steel toe boots. I pull the van up in front of the house. I hop out. There's a guy making a delivery to the building down there. And as I get out, he says, hey, dude. I said, yeah. He says, you can't park there, man. Like, the dude who lives in that house is a complete asshole. And he's going to start a whole bunch of trouble with these people here. I said, I am that asshole. And I'm really glad you feel that way.
Up there.
I think my neighbor has, I think they have a 51-inch Vizio TV.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Because, and they don't have any kind of like Bluetooth protection.
No?
On it. That means that like I accidentally started playing the Adam Carolla show on their TV. And then I realized what I don't even know I don't know if I played it originally, but I realized because I had just
like on your Spotify
on my Bluetooth.
Did you cast it from your phone to their TV?
No. On my Bluetooth, I was trying to connect a set of headphones.
Oh,
right. And I had never connected them before, and it was like one of those. I love it when shit like shows you a menu, and then right as you're touching the thing that you want, it changes it.
Yeah, it refreshes.
And it refreshes, but it's different now. So you hit the wrong fucking thing.
Yep,
the computers at work do that right now.
So yeah, I was hooked up to their Vizio, and then I realized what happened, changed it to these headphones, and then like I'm outside having breakfast with headphones on, and all of a sudden I don't hear anything. I look down, it's playing. I'm like, it reconnected. So it like, I guess they turned the thing on, so it reconnected.
Yeah.
But
I've had that happen before. Like I had a Bluetooth speaker in the bathroom here that I'd use when I get in the shower or what. I was laying in bed one night and I was trying to look at something and I couldn't get the sound right. Where's the sound? And all of a sudden I hear this, it just comes blasting out of the bathroom like, ah.
Oh, Big Daddy's early.
What else are we supposed to be talking
Big Daddy.
So, well, I've been working on a transition,
About intrusive assholes.
It's about now.
Oh,
There was when I
to park in front of your house.
I went to I went to school online. I got an online degree in business administration. And one weekend, the family wanted to go to the Poconos.
Okay.
Right? But I had a paper to turn in. And Sunday night was when it was due. But Sunday night, I'm driving around looking for people in the Poconos with an open Wi-Fi signal.
Yep. Been there.
So you could send your
So I could
paper
send
in.
so I could send my paper in.
Mhm.
And I did find one eventually.
That's crazy.
You know. And it was just an open, because I mean, if you're out in the middle of nowhere, you just figure you don't really need to. But
So when my dad had the place at the beach, they didn't have internet at the place at the beach because they, we're doing beach stuff and we had our phones or whatever, or you go get Wi-Fi somewhere. Well, when I'd go down, because I was always, even when I was on vacation, because I'd handled some of the IT at the office, I was kind of always on call. I had an old router that I set up with a mesh system, and a big directional antenna. So I'd go out in the yard, I'd stick the antenna up and point it around, and I'd find Wi-Fi to jump on, and we'd have Wi-Fi.
But there's one guy.
Ingenuity.
This one guy's been he's about to sue his neighbors because his neighbors
Basically
yeah,
what we're describing here, yeah. In a unique legal case, a man filed a lawsuit against his neighbor over a Wi-Fi password. The lawsuit, which has garnered significant attention, stems from the man's claim that his neighbor refused to share their Wi-Fi password, causing him considerable inconvenience and distress. According to court documents.
Yeah, no, it's really inconvenient to pay for your own fucking Wi-Fi. It's inconvenient
and expensive. According to court documents, the plaintiff alleges that the defendant's refusal to share the password left him without internet access, severely impacting his ability to work from home and maintain essential communications.
Then you got to drive to fucking Starbucks.
The man contends that he had previously relied on the neighbor's Wi-Fi with their permission, but when the neighbor changed the password, he was left without connectivity. The plaintiff argues that the neighbor's actions were unneighborly and inconsiderate, particularly given the increasing importance of internet access in daily life. He claims the lack of Wi-Fi has caused him financial losses, emotional distress, and difficulty in managing.
Did it cost you? Did it cost you more than it would have cost to have fucking your own internet installed?
Well, no. This is what the. This is.
Okay. No, he's saying that this cost him money.
Yeah. The defendant, however, maintains that the sharing of the Wi-Fi password is not a legal obligation, and the plaintiff should have arranged for his own internet service. They assert that the password was changed due to a security concern and to prevent unauthorized usage, which had been affecting their own internet speed and data limits. Mm-hmm. Legal experts weigh in, noting that this case touches on emerging issues surrounding digital access and neighborly conduct. While there are no clear legal precedents specifically addressing the sharing of Wi-Fi passwords, the case raises questions about the extent to which individuals should accommodate their neighbors' digital needs. The court need to consider the implications of internet access as a modern necessity against the rights of individuals to secure their private networks.
Babe, what would you do? What would you do if the neighbor knocked on the door and be like, dude, you changed the password?
I believe I would say, get fucked.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
According to the
Big Daddy, what would you do if your neighbor changed the internet password?
Oh.
I would have to stop trading dick for Wi-Fi access.
Oh, well, shit. I didn't know you had a deal on them.
I mean, as long as you've got a deal.
What's
that? D for I, you know.
It's interesting because I have a couple of Wi-Fi networks that I run here in the house, and one of them is FBI surveillance van.
Nice. It just says FBI surveillance van,
and it's got it's one of the ones that I like. If somebody's here, that's the one I give out. That you can just hop on because the password's real easy. It's it's kind of like I said, it's the one that I give out, but I had to dial that one down a little bit so that it's not as out there as it used to be, because when I first set that one up, there were some folks in the neighborhood that were apparently into some activities that the FBI may have been interested in.
Oh.
And it came to my attention that in a paranoid state, a group of them, they were a motorcycle club. A group of them rode around the neighborhood trying to find the FBI surveillance van.
Oh, so they're fucking idiots that ride bikes.
Because they were all freaked out.
Okay, boomer.
Oh man, you know who never seems to have a problem with their internet?
Big
Like
Daddy.
restaurants and shit. Like the internet never goes out when they ask about that tip screen.
Oh no, that
You know what I mean?
That is true.
The internet always works just fine when they're asking for a fucking tip.
That download never gets interrupted. And,
Right.
There's frustration over mandatory gratuities, and it's sparking a wave of what's now being called tip rage. This phenomenon occurs when customers become angry or upset about being required to leave a gratuity. Historically, tipping has been a voluntary act to reward good service. However, the landscape is changing as more restaurants and service providers...
No, it's not. No, it's not changing. It's not changing at all. You can decide whether or not you want to leave a fucking tip.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. If the service is shitty, I'm not leaving a fucking tip.
That's right.
And I'm not tipping a cashier. I'm just not.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Go ahead, Mike.
No, I insist. Go ahead.
So today we had our car detailers come and detail 2 of the vehicles.
Okay.
And I always pay their invoice, like they send it through QuickBooks, and I pay it right away. And they're wonderful guys, and we love them. And I think they're from like Guatemala or something. But I always paid online, and everything's fine. And then today I saw a new feature that QuickBooks adds, where you can add a tip.
Right.
And there was like a note that said a completely optional tip. And I'm just like, there are 2 people that work for this company, and both of them came to clean our vehicles per usual. Like they come like once a month. Like, what am I tipping for?
Right.
And you're not.
This is your job. Just fucking do it.
You're not wrong, because in tipping culture, which I've worked in a bunch of service positions, and in tipping culture, like if you go to the hairdresser, you sort of are, you're supposed to tip the person who does your hair. However, if the shop owner does your hair, a gratuity is not expected or required. It shouldn't be, because that's the shop owner. Now, if one of the people working there who is, paying chair rent or what, however, whatever their deal is, then, that's when that gratuity becomes a little bit more important. But when you're talking about the person who is bankrolling the operation, the gratuities are a different story.
Yeah. I've heard of that, but then I've also seen like owners who are like they don't agree. They're like, no, I still like deserve my fucking wages. And I'm like, I don't know about that.
Well, then,
and then like nail girls too, like nail girls, like who like do nails in their house or come to your house and like do nails.
Mm-hmm.
Like essentially they're a business owner. Like everybody tips them.
But I don't understand that, because you're going to someone's house to get your nails done. Mm-hmm. It's $40 to get your nails done, and then $20 tip. Why don't you just say it's $60 to get your nails done, and then you get the amount of money that you want?
Right.
Instead of making it, that's a service. But I'm talking like, I'm getting like kind of like sick of these percentage tips on like when you go to like fucking Claymont Steak Shop or Primo's.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you want to leave a tip, and some of them they don't have an option for 0. They have an option for other.
I was at Jack's Country Made the other day.
Okay.
Deli.
I've always wanted to go there.
And they have a tip screen on there. I'm like, you made my sandwich. That was your job.
Yeah.
You know, like
You're not wait staff.
yeah,
You're counter help. Counter help
Yeah.
generally does not is
Yeah.
not tipped unless you're in a diner where the actual waitress is waiting on you.
yeah.
But you know,
That's
counter
a different story.
counter help
Yeah.
at a sandwich shop. That's you
It-
made the sandwich, you handed it to the cashier. I get checked out. I leave. Everybody there is taken care of with
Yep.
their wage.
Yeah.
You're not performing a service above and beyond the manufacture and
Yep.
sale of goods.
Yep.
So my thought process is always, if it's a place that I'm going to return, then I'm not going to tip, because my tip is my return. Like,
Yeah.
you're getting
repeat business is your tip.
right. The simple fact that the whole point is that I spend money at your shop, right?
Yeah.
So if I frequent your establishment, that is me giving you a tip. I'm coming back. I'm pouring more money into your store by returning than I would be by tacking on $1.75
Right.
for you to hand me a sandwich.
And if it's not a fucking tip screen, it's a donations. You want to donate to some fucking cause.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh, yeah.
ever do that.
No.
If you want to donate to a charity, go donate to a charity, but don't fucking let Food Lion or fucking Target get your goddamn write off.
Well, yeah. I
Or
was just gonna say that. Like, you're donating. Like, yeah, sure, I'll fucking donate for whatever the fuck to put my name on this piece of paper that you're gonna hang up in your store. But then it's them donating it to the company.
Right.
Yeah.
To the
And-
donate to
And
charity.
does your whole dollar go, or are they taking an administrative fee off the top?
Right.
Which is if they're not telling you, it's kind of shitty, but they're perfect. And the fact is, it costs them money to run that through. So to add it, to say, okay, we're going to donate 90 cents of your dollar. We're keeping 10 cents because we had to, we
Pay a credit card fee.
Yeah.
Right. But there's always some little extra, like it's not just the cost of anything anymore. They always want to get a little more out of you.
Mhm.
And because money's on plastic, like you're not counting it out. You're not having to break another 20.
Yep.
You're not having to, you know what I mean? You're just swiping a card, and what's another $1.75? It doesn't. Well, it's all right. We all kind of just go for it, and that's what they're fucking counting on.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's what I would say. Like, to me, a tip is exceptional service.
Yep.
Tip. My mother told me a tip stands for to ensure promptness.
Mm-hmm.
It helps.
What she told me. She also told me a stop sign was step toe on pedal. She liked a lot of, she liked to use a lot of pneumatic devices to. Is that the right word, Pete? Did I use the right word?
Mnemonics.
Mnemonic.
Mnemonics.
Why are we asking Pete?
Because Pete always fucking corrects me. Every time I say a word a little bit off or a little, he's like, oh, actually, Matt, actually, that word's pronounced.
I'm sorry. I that's one of my things is that
Actually.
I prefer to hear words the way they're supposed to be pronounced.
I do too. Your head would explode in Massachusetts. Your head would explode.
Probably
Would explode. So yeah, that's why
I still haven't heard anybody come in and say, yeah, I need a whatever for Cadillac converter. I have not yet had that in
Oh no, because everybody learned how to say it because they want to know how to steal it and sell it. When you make it a lot more popular, even the idiots are going to pick up what it's actually called. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think we got a block in the can here. That sounds painful.
Yeah.
Ouch.
All those sharp edges.
I'm a little rough. I'm a little rough around the edges.
I just got it. It's about
A little.
I mean, it doesn't have to be poop. You could be shoving a block up your ass.
Well,
we do have a block.
Let me round the edge off for you. Because the top 3 news has been brought to you tonight by 302-46-VOICE. If you want my voice on your project, dial 302-46-VOICE. MySports Reports Art Shop. They sponsor us every week. You can check them out at redbubble.com or mysportsreports.com. All kinds of art over there that you can have demand printed on all kinds of gifts and fun things. Stepmoms Without Children and the Disruptive Minds podcasts are our sister shows here on the network. You can check them out on Spotify. Lots of good content. And Stepmoms is coming back with their season 2. What did we say? August or the end of July?
End of July.
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen.
July
2 weeks.
19th, motherfuckers.
And just a reminder, you can check us out at themediavirus.com, where I posted a release today. We're looking for guests for both the Media Virus and Stepmoms. You can reach out. There's instructions there on how you can make a proposal for what you'd like to chat about and which show you'd like to be on, and we'll get back in touch with you. I think that's about it for the sponsorships, but I wanted to tell you about the B Block because we've got more coming up on the show today. After the break, we're going to talk about a young lady that suggested you got to hawk Tuah and spit on that thing.
I don't want to talk.
And we find out what Big Daddy wants to ask us this week in Big Daddy Ask number 25. Well, we actually we do want your perspective on that, Erica. It's not going to the we're not going to go to the extreme on it. We want to talk about
I'll go to the extreme on it, but probably on a Big Daddy segment.
we want to talk about the fact that there were some dummies in the news that well, we'll get into it, but
we'll get it. Yeah, we're not going to play the clipper. I mean,
I've never watched this. I don't know anything about it. I just hate spit. Spit is so disgusting.
Okay, well, we can probably skirt around that because it's really more about the idiots who went and found what they thought was a story and started quoting it all over the internet. And turns out they probably should have dug a little deeper. Anyway, after we get through all that, we're going to do the C block. In the C block, we're going to talk about hunting for Kitty Meow-Meow and finish out this week's show with just the tips number 98 on this 191st installment of the Media Virus podcast.
I do love hunting for Kitty Meow.
Well, she wants to know why you're in the hospital.
Oh, well, I'm in the hospital.
Bottom surgery.
Was not a bottom surgery.
You're really beating that one to death, ain't you?
Okay, we can get that lady off now too, right?
Was that clean, Matt? Was that clean, Mike?
It's definitely going to show up somewhere else.
All right, so what we're doing now, because there's somebody listening for some reason, but what we're doing now is taking a little break. Mike records tape. Like there's actually a roll of tape somewhere spinning.
Does he have to rewind something or fast forward?
He's got to cut it and change the reel.
I got to change the reels.
He's got to change the reels so it go for B block. So
you gonna turn the tape over?
Yeah.
The B side of the tape.
Be kind, rewind.
Didn't you used to have one of those in your background, Mike? A reel to reel?
No, but I actually have one in the room. I can't put my hand on it at the moment, but there is one in the room with me. Let's see here.
You know, even if you can't put your hand on it, you could just put your hand somewhere and say it's on it because nobody would know the difference.
Are we clear?
You're
I
not.
mean, we're not recording on Audacity.
That's what I wanted to know if we were still recording. That's all.
We are still live.
We're still live though, so don't use any ethnic slurs that you say off.
So don't say. I was just about
the horrible shit you say off air.
No, I was gonna. I don't know what I was gonna do. No, so along with this nifty headset that I got, guess what else I got?
What else did you get?
At Ross.
At Ross. Okay.
What?
Take a wild guess.
A wild guess. A ring light.
Giant panties.
Nope.
A 17-inch dildo.
Nope.
Soft.
Damn it.
Sean John.
Nope.
Burberry
No,
double-fisted dong.
I picked up
Perry
Some of
Ellis
these-
cologne.
popular items. A Funko Pop.
Oh, let me see. Who is it?
No, I want you guys to guess what character
Spider-Man.
it is.
Phoebe Herman.
Nope.
Gary Glitter.
Think funny TV show.
Gene Wilder.
No, that you like to watch particularly, Matt.
Oh,
Porn.
is it someone that's
You've mentioned
Canadian?
it several times in the last couple of weeks.
Is it
Still porn.
is it Letterkenny?
It is Letterkenny.
I said it first. I said it's Canadian. That's what I meant. Letterkenny.
Is
that could cover up?
is it Wayne?
No, he only wants one Canadian
Huh?
show, and it's that one.
No, I also watched the spin-off of Letterkenny is Shoresy.
It's all the same
And
Canadian.
And I also watched the Trailer Park Boys.
All Canadians are not
Oh.
the same.
Yeah.
Canadians are fucking funny.
They are. Okay, what
okay.
character?
I just said
Letterkenny.
Wayne.
Nope.
The big guy.
Oh, the ginger?
Nope.
Allegedly. You know what I'm talking? Allegedly.
I hate this game
takes-
now.
It takes two people to fuck an ostrich. Who is it?
Allegedly.
Well, it's not a male character on the show.
Oh, is it the sister?
Okay, I'm bored.
It's
Are we
Katie.
back to recording yet? So we can.
I'm trying.
All right.
See, it's Katie.
How come you're not at work or whatever you usually do?
Because
Not
I
you.
have pulled. Not me. Fine.
Not
I
you.
don't want to.
No, Big Daddy's.
Because we are on hiatus, so we're just meeting for funsies right now.
Oh, you didn't meet them?
No, we're on hiatus, so we're not like getting ready for a show. So we're just kind of a lot more relaxed with it.
Oh. Cute.
This poor dog desperately wants to be in this room.
And
No, 'cause there was
nobody cares.
fireworks.
Nobody cares why I'm here for all 3 sessions tonight. Bye.
Well, obviously, it's to show off your Funko Pop.
No, it wasn't to show off my fun. That was just one thing. Yeah.
Come on.
No, I've just come off of 2 all-nighters.
Yeah.
And I'm right now. The current one, I'm. Let's see. I started at 6:30 or 7. Like call it 8 o'clock yesterday morning. And I've gotten I think I did get like a 45-minute nap in the car early this morning.
Are you
Right.
like paying off gambling debt?
I'm trying to make my my rental fee for my Lyft car so that like I can actually make money, like put money in my pocket, from Lyft.
How we doing, Mike?
We're good.
We got a bunch of comments.
Ooh, where are they?
Somebody's actually not anymore, but
Happy and wealthy. Am I supposed to be here?
I believe.
As long as you're happy and wealthy, you are supposed to be here.
Aisha,
she's Erica's cousin.
Ruos. Are you? I don't know what that meant.
Michael Torres.
Micklatoris. That's Micklatoris.
All right. Well, she apparently thought what we were talking about before
So interesting.
was interesting. I wish they'd give you they did give it 9:07, so it wasn't too long ago. Anyway,
I'm gonna go
Let's-
grab something to eat. I'll be right back.
All right.
Nothing is more interesting than
we recording?
No.
We're recording.
Oh man.
Oh man, looks like Pete has to starve to death.
Yeah. Come on. I'm hungry.
Dude, I tell you what, I heard you talking about the all-nighters thing. I can't pull an all-nighter, but I have pretty much perfected the refreshing nap. Now, before I've never been a napper. ever.
Yeah, I'm not good at it either.
I'm not good at like I want to sleep when I go to sleep, and when I go to sleep, it's like, I can't take an hour nap because. Well, anyway, what I figured out to do is one, I set an alarm for a half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Then when it goes off, I roll over and hit reset.
That's what I did this morning. I set an alarm on my phone, and I set an alarm on my watch so that it would vibrate on my wrist if I, if I didn't hear the phone, or whatever, just to,
And it helps that that's going to shake your dick. It's on your wrist. But also too, I found like a sleep playlist.
The band on my watch isn't large enough for that. Oh
no,
it was just shit.
It's making your hand vibrate. But I've also found this like sleep music.
Uh-huh.
It's supposed to be good. I tell you what,
I have a sleep playlist. I have which one on Amazon you can be like, yeah, play me music to sleep to, and it'll play a bunch of soothing stuff. And
I just went stupid.
You set an alarm for 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, and the sleep and the sleep music. I mean, I took a 20-minute nap today, and I got to tell you, it was really refreshing. And that's not common for me. I don't take. Oh, you got Big Daddy loaded up there?
I got Big Daddy ass locked and loaded.
Oh, well, let's see what Big Daddy has to ask us this week.
The Media Virus Podcast presents a Stanley McFadden production. Big Daddy proudly brings to you.
Big Daddy asks,
is it more gay to flash your dick at a room full of dudes, or to have a room full of dudes flash their dick at you?
All right, so I think it's more gay to flash your dick at a room full of dudes, because
why do you say that?
Well, did you do that? Did you flash your dick at a bunch of dudes, Pete?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Positive.
I think it's probably more gay for one dude to flash a bunch of dudes than it is for a bunch of dudes to say, hey.
Right. You can't, you have no control over what other people do.
Right.
You only control what you do. So if you walk into a room full of dudes and decide to whip your dick out, that's on you.
I mean, what if about a locker room?
Well, I do talk about my penis size often, but I often just say it's, inadequate. So it's not like I'm exaggerating. But yes, that's a topic of conversation.
I agree with Happy and Wealthy in the comments.
Yeah, that's
it seems pretty straight to show each other your dickies.
Oh no, I see what she's saying. Okay, I get it. No, because then, see, here's the thing: you got to have that. Unless you have a huge, unless you're hanging down to your knees, you show that to everybody.
Right.
If you're swinging a hammer, you let that bitch fly. That's the rule.
Them's the rules.
Now,
beyond that, you talk about it, you don't show it.
Right. It's a conversation.
Right.
It's a conversation.
Right. It's not. We don't need proof.
That's so weird.
You're not we don't go up to urinals and look over and go, hey, nice hog.
No,
do you trim it?
All the time.
No, on TV.
But the most fun is when you walk into a public men's room situation and you've got a buddy there next to you and there's other people and you're like, hey man, nice watch.
Well, 'cause it's next
That's
to the
kind of
fan.
fun.
I usually just walk up to the urinal and I go, "Ooh, the water's cold."
Ew. What on earth?
I worked at Sears, and there was a guy that worked at he worked part-time at Sears for 30 years. He had a regular job. He was, I shit you not, a pastor at a church. They like paid him
Right.
to preach. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a thing.
And I walked in there was a bathroom. There were 3 urinals. One of them was the little kid's urinal. And I went up to the end urinal, which was a full height urinal, and I started using. He comes in and says, he goes to the child size and says, I got to use this one because this water's cold. I about lost it. Like, I was laughing so hard, I think I got like pee like on the floor. You know what I mean?
That doesn't just happen all the time.
No, I have to be laughing at something or distracted. Yeah, I laugh a lot.
You laugh a lot.
I do.
Okay,
Whenever I look at my
that's-
penis, I start laughing.
So happy and wealthy. If you had a penis for just a day for science, what exactly would you do with it?
Yeah. What is your plan for the day? If you woke up tomorrow with a dick, what is your plan?
24 hours. You got 24 hours. You wake up at 8 in the morning. What's your plan?
Go.
Now, here's the thing. I'm gonna give you a tip. You don't want to beat it. You don't want to start beating it immediately, because then it's done for the day. Oh, they would first stare at the mirror for a long time.
Okay, that's fair.
Hopefully, you
take it all in.
You might, take it. Yeah, you might not like the reaction. I'd record the Woody when I wake up. That's
okay. So that's all. That's all of 30 seconds.
I mean, not for nothing, but you can just have a dude and stare at him and record his Woody.
Do you realize that if that was a thing, we'd all have more money, right? We wouldn't be the.
Oh yeah, dude! If I could sell pictures of my dick, there's no way.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, if as a dude you take pictures and videos of your dick and put them up for sale, does that mean that as a woman you would be interested in buying pictures and videos of it? Okay, so then what makes you think you'd be able to sell them if you as a woman would buy them?
Wait, so she says I'd
She'd
also see what I can lift with it?
It's not power.
Like those guys who tie the stones to it, and those.
I mean, you have 3 options: washcloth, dish towel, or hand or towel.
Well, so no, the logic is that she'd be a woman that has a wiener, so there might be people that are interested in seeing that. It's a niche
Who the
market.
fuck? That's a very, very niche market. I feel like.
Nah, dude.
Don't yuck anybody's yum.
Nah, dude. Every other porno I've seen, it's a chick with a dick. It's not niche at all.
You might be checking out the wrong porno.
What in the Thailand?
Oh, it's cheap. Yeah, people who like boobs and penis at the same time.
Chicks
I mean, there's
Okay, all right,
So
chicks with dicks. All right.
pay for oral.
Yeah, that tracks.
That's what you do with.
Whoa.
Let's see if it's sounding.
Oh,
I
no,
can.
do you know what sounding is? Man?
No.
That's a bad plan.
They take a metal typically it's like a metal rod, and it's kind of like not fluted.
Putting stuff in your dick hole.
Yeah, basically.
Why?
It's varying like with.
Okay,
so
the
it's like-
problem. The problem with that is that in my profession, I can tell you, it happens way more than you think, with way more objects than you think.
We've done a million
further
stories.
inside than you think. I hate the fact that it's a common thing.
I bet.
Right, you want it to be just for you.
Have you ever sounded, Big Daddy?
No, because I don't.
Just checking.
The closest I got was like, if you have a girl with braces going down on you and use a tuning fork on her braces while she's going down on you.
Now, Happy and Wealthy also said that she would go jogging, but not while erect, because she likens to the dick bouncing around to being like the boobs bouncing around.
And
so you want to
I think the flaw in her.
She wants to feel it slapping against her thighs.
The flaw in her.
That's why I have bad knees.
Touche, Big Daddy.
Definitely.
She would also see if vaginal penetration felt any different than anal penetration.
What a day.
Yeah, that's a lot. This is a lot.
She's thought about this for a while.
You'd pay for sex because consent is important, and also, but you only have one day, and you're not going to have that dick anymore. You don't have to ask for nothing. They can't prove it. What? I'm just saying.
That is unfortunately true.
Nobody on the show is a lawyer.
Like to see them try to prove that one.
But do you still get to keep the diseases that you pick up?
I would say, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, this.
Okay, it would have to depend, right? So if you only had the penis for a day, I would say that if the disease is local to the penis, then you're still immune. If it's gotten beyond just the tip and it's gone systemic, then you keep it. So
since you were 9 years old, or since like
Jesus Christ,
I'm hoping it's 9 p.m.
That's what
I just all I hope is it's 9 p.m. because if it's 9 years old, it's gonna go.
I have a feeling it's since she was 9 years old.
And I've been thinking about the jogging thing. There is a flaw there, because one of the reasons that men may choose a boxer brief or a tighty whitey undergarment is the same reason that women wear a bra. Sometimes you gotta you need
a little support.
But also, the thing you forget, the flaw in her plan is she's still a female. So not only is she going to have the dick bouncing while she jogs, she's going to have her tits bouncing while she jogs. She's getting the whole. She might get flipped over while running.
Not for nothing, but it's also assuming that as a dick owner, that she would be a shower.
Huh?
Grower, not and a shower, there's no guarantee. That's a lottery.
You're either. Is it a cold? You might not even know that you could be a grower or a show. Like I am a grower. I'm a frightened turtle. I have no problem. I have no. Now the rest of it gets in the way when I jog, but if I'm wearing a tight, supportive underwear, it's not.
When are you jogging?
I working.
Oh, God damn. I can assure you, it feels. I can assure you, it feels very different with and without condom.
Yes, the condom does feel very, very different.
Okay, so not only are you assuming that you have a grower, but you're assuming you're a grower with a hammer. Like you are putting yourself in like
you're Ron Jeremy reincarnated or something.
You are putting yourself in 0.1% of the population here.
Speaking of which, is that dude still alive?
I knew a dude that could do that, but by the time I met him, he was really tired of people asking him about it. And asking them to show them, they wouldn't show me.
See, so sometimes a dude whipping his dick out in a room full of men isn't gay.
I've come to a point in my life where I've realized that you always have that lament. If I had it all over to do again, what are some of the things you would change? And I think one of the things I would change is as I've grown up, I've realized that all of the insecurity you have about your body is especially when you're younger, is pointless. And I would have been a lot less insecure about my body. And I probably would have been called Naked Mike because what, if there's nothing to be upset about, then fuck it. Let's get naked.
Right. Dude, wearing clothes sucks, man. Ricky knows. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh,
that's why she's not on camera. She does not want to wear clothes.
I'm in the house.
Well, she put something on literally just in case the camera falls. What these things feel like for real. Wait.
Wait, which
color to the blind?
Which thing in particular?
I'm assuming the the difference between condom, no condom, the difference between vaginal and anal penetration, what oral feels like, because it is.
I think that's a different show.
You need to watch more of Big Daddy's tips.
Yes. You can.
I would say
Daddy,
99% of these things have I covered in tips.
We haven't released a new batch of Just the Tips as its own podcast, but we do. There are 12 episodes up, 10 episodes up of Just the Tips.
Real quick interruption. Guess who's live right now?
I think there's
our guest from last week.
Oh yeah.
Oh cool.
Yeah, Patsy's live right now.
Cool.
So you're real engaged in the conversation. Great. Thanks, Pete.
I am completely engaged in the conversation. I am multitasking.
I what it's like to have a penis, though. I mean,
but I guess according to the internet, from what the internet says, there's a girl out there who knows how to treat a penis. She's known only as Hawk Tuah girl. And she's caused quite a stir.
She has
on the interwebs.
And there's some interesting points that I'd like to bring up. If you've seen a little more, there's a longer form of the video that has more than just the clip. There's some lead up. The guy that's talking to him, he's approached two girls on the street wherever they are. I think that says Nashville, and it's an evening. It's a party town. They look like they're out to go and have some fun. And he's approached them with some questions, and he's kind of dancing around things. I personally think she just decided, hey, I'm out. We're having fun. I'm gonna just throw a little something this guy's way and see what I can, see if I can make him, feel a little uncomfortable or whatever. So it comes around to when he says, what's that one move that you have to do to keep a man happy? And she comes right back with, spit on it. And
she said it with a little bit more, gusto than that.
Yeah.
But there was several different articles, one of which saying, some of them saying that they found this girl.
Mm-hmm.
The internet sleuths found this girl, and they wound up they figured out who she was, and I guess her employer figured out who she was, and according to this article, she was a preschool teacher.
There was a follow-up to that, by the way.
Yes.
There's a couple follow-ups, because that was a bullshit story that a lot of people bought into. One thing that I can't stop looking at is, if you look at the photograph we have, the photograph on the right where she's celebrating something.
Uh-huh.
She has a tattoo on her bicep.
Okay, yeah.
And from here, at this distance, did you ever see, I think it was Nightmare on Elm Street 3, where he was hunting the kids that were in the
Dream
Warriors, and that girl was a heroin addict.
Yes,
and when he caught up to her, he had the needle fingers, and it had
the little open,
open mouth. That's what that looks like to me. And I can't like unsee it.
No, it looks like there's some black and white watercolor work around there. Yeah, I can't tell what it is.
No,
that is very specific.
From the distance, it's the first thing I thought. And I haven't thought about that movie in 20 years.
Now I have to watch it.
And
I might have to go watch it.
The movie's probably older than she is.
I guarantee you that. Holy shit. I guarantee you that movie's older than she is. Because she's got to be early 20s. Got to be early
21, 22 probably.
She's 21.
You know a lot about this chick, Big Daddy.
If this will be covered on Adjust the Tips upcoming.
Oh, wow. We've got some more.
I mean, you got to be honest. She's right up Big Daddy's alley.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I see it. But
I mean, it's very. I mean, she's considerably thinner than, but she's got a skill set that I can't ignore.
Right. If she's got to tick 3 out of the 4 boxes, I'm sure she's got, like 3 of them right now.
I'm sure. Dude, you give her 6-7 years, she'll put some weight on. Trust me. She's not going to stay at that screen forever. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that.
She's only 21.
You lock it
down. Kind of like going to
sandwiches. It'll be fine.
It's like going to Build-A-Bear Workshop. When you first pick up the bear, it's got nothing in it. You gotta stuff that thing. You gotta give that thing a thorough stuffing, and then.
Well, you know what? I think we just figured out what our brand for 24 is, and we can maybe position ourselves right next to her in the Hawk Tuah store with the "You got to stuff that thing" 25.
Get your promotional duct tape or whatever.
But like you were saying, they started to talk about the fact that she was a preschool teacher and she lost her job, and there was all these quotes. And what they were actually quoting this article, and they were attributing it back to a particular newspaper that printed the article. But the one thing that nobody keyed in on was right in the newspaper's masthead. Apparently, it says very fine that they're a satirical newspaper. They're kind of like the Onion. So that whole article that they tried to quote was nonsense. It was not true. So it's unclear what she actually does. But she is not a teacher. She did not lose her job, but she is apparently, with the help of a friend, made about $65,000.
And spit on that thing. You get me?
I'm trying to see what that be like right there. Look, being that time,
One move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time.
Oh, you gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing. You get me?
Now this is a news article.
I'm trying to see what that be like right there. Look, being that time,
This is a news article, and instead of like posting the original, they posting somebody else's stitch.
Yep.
Like, that's just piss poor. That's piss poor recording.
I think so.
You know what I mean?
But again, they may not have been able to find the original piece. And then, like I said, I've seen a longer form that's probably closer to 4 or 5 minutes of him standing there talking to him, asking him all these questions. And a couple of times, like they actually had to call her back to talk to her. She kept trying to walk away. She was done. She wanted to go party.
Is that her dad?
I don't know if that's her dad, or they quote that she's got a friend, somebody, I believe his family name was Poteet, that is helping her with selling the Hawk Tuah merchandise.
Oh, so she's all the way on board.
Oh yeah, she's all on.
Huck too and spit on that thing. You get me?
I'm trying to see what that be like.
Same one.
She's a kindergarten teacher, so she got fired.
Not.
No, that was we just went through this.
Sorry.
So
that was a.
She works for a company that produces springs. She's not a kindergarten teacher. She's not a bartender. She did not get fired for it. Her family had a good laugh about it. She is currently headlining the helping to bring out a lot of the merchandise that was created from it, and she's doing quite well with it.
Oh, we'll have to hear
I got to
that.
tell you, all of the show prep and research that Mike and I have done for this show, Big Daddy has been a fountain of resources that we were unaware of. He has researched
how much did she make in
he has researched this girl
merchandise.
She will not say, but she is happy with the merchandise sales, but she's not willing to quit her job.
I just read that somebody says that she made $64,000 just in t-shirt.
As we've just explained to everybody, is that there's a lot of bullshit articles about this woman.
And I think there was a country star that in Tennessee that invited her upstage during one of his concerts, and she said that was a fun experience.
Did you guys watch the interview with her that I sent you guys?
Yeah,
No.
and when I've mentioned the long form things that I've seen, that was one of them, that where we've seen a little bit more information about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but what would you like to the listeners? Please put in the comments, like, what if somebody came up to you and said, "What's a move that you got that drives a man crazy?" What would your answer be?
Literally wouldn't have one.
Every woman has
Can you
something
make
that
her
they
seem a
do.
little more interesting?
I mean,
I will say that
pretend for a second.
every woman has something that they do when they want sex to be finished.
To be finished.
Every woman, you like when you want to go to sleep and you want him to be done. Every woman has a thing that they do. Like, all right, let's just hurry up and get it done, and then there's a magic trick that comes out.
Oh, right. I get what you're saying. You to help him along.
Finish him.
Right.
Every woman's got a finishing move.
Erica's looking confused at me.
I'm not looking at you. I was looking at Pete.
Well, why are you looking at Pete and thinking about sex?
I'm literally not thinking about sex.
We're talking about sex.
Okay,
It's okay, Erica.
About.
Plenty of women do it. I don't need you to do it.
You said finish him.
Pete, I will drive to your house and take a picture of your fucking car.
No, interestingly, yeah, I mean, as far as every woman having a move, I mean, sometimes it's not like there's some chicks can cook, you know, every chick has a move, and the way he asked the question, I'm not sure that he even phrased it in such a way that it was going there.
So we've got two holding my breath. Oh, I think pelvic presses with rushed thrusts.
That's a good move.
I also like a Kegel squeeze every now and then. A little,
That's yep.
And
that's a good move.
Who doesn't?
If they're good, it's like somebody's reached down with a hand, like, whoa, yeah.
Isn't that what a donkey punch does?
That's something different.
It's sort of like what a donkey punch does. But
that's your finishing move. That's not her finishing move.
Jesus Christ.
You just don't know it's coming, though.
FYI, I've never donkey punched a girl or guy. Just for clarity. I knew you guys were gonna go right for it as soon as I didn't. Yeah,
you're not wrong.
I know
you are not wrong.
I know you all too well.
Oh yeah, no, it was loaded.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was loaded.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're not wrong.
So it was good call on your part. But you know.
Oh boy.
So
yeah, make sure that you check where your sources are coming from, because They didn't get it right.
You come to Big Daddy for your sources on shit like that. Come
Yep.
right to the Media Virus. Tune in to Big Daddy. I got your source for your information.
I got your source.
I got your source.
Got your source right here.
Yeah.
I think
we're gonna call this the B block.
that was a great B block.
It was. I think we had a lot of
Now,
fun.
for the C block, we've got a lot of shit loaded up. We're going to talk about hunting Kitty Meow-Meow, and some other shit. Well, I got a show sheet right here. I don't know why I don't really look at it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about hunting for Kitty Meow-Meow and finish out this week's show with Just the Tips number 98. And tonight, that's the 191st installment of the Media Virus Podcast. We'll be back right after this.
Donald Duck being violently drowned in a vat of pudding. That's the one thing we can't do here.
So again, what we're doing is just breaking the recording, and the first part of the show gets put out on Friday. The part you just heard, that'll be Saturday, and then the part we're going to do now, that's Sunday. And
cool.
Yeah. You know, that's how it goes. I'm trying to figure out this comment. He's the plug. What were we talking about?
Who's the plug?
Big Daddy.
Oh.
Not the first time I've heard that.
I bet it isn't.
Now, see, when I hear the word plug, I think of a person that can obtain marijuana for me. But I think you're using plug in a much different context.
I think I am
a little more literal.
Who's the receptacle?
Miss Fofity? I don't know.
Are you eating a lollipop?
I was.
Like Kojak?
No wonder we've got viewers.
I mean, I got another one here. You guys want me?
I mean, you don't want to give it all away at once. You want to, put the second one behind a paywall.
Or doing both at the same time.
Good advice.
Or doing both at the same time.
Good advice, Matt.
But it's like the advice I was trying to give to the OnlyFans lady last week, right? Where you don't start your OnlyFans with your feet behind your head showing the world, right? You start your OnlyFans showing a little bit of chest, maybe some naughty talk, and you progress. If you got to hook them, So like, we don't want Pete going straight for. Straight for the
can't go straight for the double pop
lollipops. Right. You gotta space it out, man. And you hold the feet. Don't give away pictures of your feet, man. That's the way it goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There you go. I'm a wealth of useless knowledge, dude.
Sage advice from.
That's right.
Matty Rock Death.
Sage nihilism from Matty Rock
Sage
Death.
nihilism.
And we're recording.
All right.
Well, we're already back recording again?
Yeah. It don't take that long unless he has a computer problem.
Yeah, sometimes it gets a little slow and it hangs up, but we're doing pretty good right now.
Okay. Yeah. So we wanted we had to make a decision today. And we're moving pretty quick. I'm glad at how we're going, but we had to make a decision today, and it seems like we got the best of both worlds. Because with this next story, we're talking about hunting pussy. He's like, "Do you want to talk about this with the black guy, or do you want to talk about this with the girl?" because we don't usually have them at the same time, right? So my beautiful wife is making a face at me, but
That's just my face.
somebody can, I guess, compared the feral cats in New Zealand to the devil on meth.
No.
And so there's a contest in New Zealand with cash prizes for who has the biggest haul. Now it's there was 340 animals killed, which is 100 more.
Cats have recently been. It's not just a hunt for cats. Feral cats have recently been added,
and it's so the protesters are getting upset, like animal rights activists are getting upset because they've added cats, feral cats, to the list that to be hunted for the cash prize. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if you've ever tried to kill a cat, but it ain't fucking easy.
Yeah,
you got to do it 9 times.
He got shot 9 times. Is a cat?
But I mean,
is that the
they don't really have
Eminem clip.
Like if you got if you blow a cat's head off, it ain't coming back. That's only the one life. But I don't know. Cats are incredibly hard to hit with stuff.
Well, not only that, they can take the occasional shot. Like when we were kids, my stepsister had Cliffy the one-eyed wonder cat. Cliffy would go out and get in fights. He ultimately ended up with one eye. He had been shot 2 or 3 times. A couple of them were through and throughs with 22s. And he'd disappear for 3 days. He'd come back with some nasty scar or a couple of bleeding holes, and they'd have to go and get him patched up. But Cliffy, he ended up being 22 years old when he finally went. He lived the age that this cat lived to defied logic. But they're resilient animals.
They're not as resilient as the Australian emu, but they are resilient animals. They're very. I felt really bad one time. I was pissed at the cat because the cat was attacking my kid. The kid was only 5, and I threw something at the cat, never thinking I'd fucking hit the cat. I hit the cat. He was trying to stare me down. I'm not afraid.
Yeah, and then he stood up. He's like, "Oh, really?"
No, he was much angrier.
I bet you were both surprised.
Yeah.
They have quite the attitude when they realize that oh, you think you can do that,
right?
Motherfucker, what?
Like that one clip of the woman kicking snow at the cat.
Yeah,
and then the cat just leaps on her face.
Yes.
Shreds.
And I mentioned when we were discussing where to place this story in the rundown. I thought it would be interesting to talk with Big Daddy about this because most black men don't have a whole lot of affinity for cats. It's rare to find. It's rare to find yourself a black guy that really likes a cat.
I am allergic to cats. Yet every girl I've ever dated has owned a cat. So I've had, I think, 14 cats in my life at one point or another. Yet I am highly allergic to them.
Now,
go figure.
There was a guy that worked for me. He came in one day, he was all upset. I said, "Man, what's wrong?" "It's my daughters and my wife. They want to get a cat." I said, "Well, you know what's going to happen. You don't want this cat. It's going to be your cat." He said, "Oh, it's not going to be my cat." I said, "Oh, no. It will be your cat because what's going to happen is you're not going to want to mess with the cat because you don't have a feeling either way. And the cat's going to be like, oh, this is awesome. He doesn't hate me, but he'll leave me alone when I want to be left alone. And this will become your cat." No, dude, it took 4 days. 4 days. He said, on the 5th day, the cat was in the window waiting for him to come home from work. came running to the door like he said it pushed my dog out of the way to get to me.
Aw.
And
that's cute.
And he's absolutely like he said, and I thought I was gonna hate
you don't choose your cat. Your cat chooses you.
But like
I was married at the time, and my wife and I had the discussion about can I get a cat? I said no, I'm allergic to cats, and you're not going to do the cat litter. It's going to be me doing the fucking cat litter, and I'm allergic. Said, no, I'll do it. I went to sleep because I worked 2 jobs. I woke up and there was a cat. The next day, I went to work. I came back. I went to sleep. I woke up. There was a second fucking cat because the first one would get lonely.
Oh, okay.
That's a fair point.
And that's why I'm divorced.
Among other reasons.
3 pussies in the house and I can't get one.
But
3 goddamn pussies in the house and my dick was dry as a fucking Sahara. Because she didn't give me that hawk Tuah.
But cats are interesting, and feral cats are just not fun to deal with. They can they get territorial and they want to push you out of where they want to be. And there was when my dad had a place down at the beach, it was a trailer community, and they had from time to time they would have a boom in the feral cat population. And there was one year we were down, and my wife and I had been out to the beach late afternoon, and it started to rain, thunderstorm. So we had to pack up rather quickly and get off the beach. And I was out fishing. So I threw all my gear on. I put my rod up on top of the Jeep, tied it off, and went home. We ran inside, had dinner, had our evening, and went to bed. About 5:30 the next morning, my stepmother knocking on the bedroom door said, "You got to come out here. You caught something on the back of your Jeep." I didn't know what she was talking. I go out there. The hook from my fishing line had fallen down, and it still had a little piece of squid on the hook. And I caught me a cat. And he was hanging there. I had to go I had to get a towel and wrap him up and get pliers and cut the barb off of the fish hook. And he was a very distinctive looking cat. He had very interesting coloring, and he was a kitten at the time, but he grew up into the meanest feral cat in the neighborhood. When we went back the next year, we had our dog with us, and Goober really liked cats. Like, he was like, "Oh, cool, cats. I'm going to go hang out." And this thing hopped up on its hind legs, waving its front paws up over its head and making all these horrid cat noises, walking across the yard at him like, it was crazy. But he was the meanest cat in the neighborhood. Chased my dad inside a couple of times that year. Like, I was telling my I said, I think it was the one that I caught. He just chased the dog across the yard. She says, "Oh yeah." She said, "That's the one that chased your dad in the other day when he was cutting the grass."
Damn.
He was nasty.
Cats are fucking
pound for pound.
Oh yeah,
pound for pound, a much better fighter than many animals.
Yeah.
I was actually told that by a veterinarian once. We had a German Shepherd, and when he was about 7 months old, when he started to get big enough that he could actually go fast enough to get close to the cat that we had at the time, I asked the vet, I said, what can I do? I'm afraid that the dog's going to get to the cat. He said, "Let him get to the cat once." He said, I guarantee it's never going to be a problem after that. He said, I have 2 black labs at home that cower in fear of my cat. And there's a suture kit on top of my refrigerator just in case he gets them again. Like, apparently his 2 black labs had suture scars all over their noses because they got opened up so many times.
Damn.
Fuck around and find out.
That's
how I around and find out. Yep.
Yeah, I don't. Now
fuck around with this.
I don't mind having a cat, like, because they're for utilitarian purposes, and they're nice to pet once in a while.
They keep rodents away.
Yeah, but I've never been one to grow like attached. Like when I guess you grow kind of attached that you have them, but it's not like a dog.
It depends. Certain cats are. It depends. If they've got a little bit of Maine Coon in them, they tend to have a doggier outlook on life. They'll fetch. They're not as upset about water. And male cats tend to be a lot more fun. Like you saw our male cat when you were here.
Yeah.
I can call him by name. He'll come over and like from wherever he is in the house. If I call his name, he'll come and see what I want and hang out. So he's different, Male cats are different that way.
Yeah.
Our female has no use for you unless you've got food. I call her dump truck.
You ever taken any multivitamins?
I don't. I could probably take her off of cat food for several months and put her on a multivitamin and she'd be okay. She's a bit overweight. That's why we call her dump truck.
Kitty with a dump truck.
She's big.
But the last story that we had to discuss was there was a study done, and taking multivitamins daily is not associated with a lower risk of death. Your risk of death stays at 100%.
No, I feel totally vindicated by this story.
I mean, you're going to die. That's what's going to happen. And multivitamins. What's that?
Was this the onion?
No.
There
is not a multivitamin that's going to keep you from dying.
No.
I mean, I just feel like people aren't taking vitamins to not die. It's just to like have a healthier body for the moment. No.
Improve your overall quality of life.
Right.
Particularly if you are not getting your proper nutrients through your actual diet, then yes, supplement.
Like I take vitamin D, and that's not because I want to live longer. It's because the doctor said that you don't have any.
Right. Well, yeah.
And Big Daddy recommends that every lady take a daily dose.
Oh, fucking A.
You should have known that was coming.
This is why I fucking leave.
I feel like you should have known that was coming.
I wasn't even near it.
I have literally made that joke hundreds of times on this show.
That's fantastic. But yeah, that's the thing is I never thought that taking multivitamins was going to help me live longer. I did think it was going to help me feel better. Like if I wasn't feeling well,
I've always just tried to eat a fairly balanced diet,
I tell you what, I just ran out. I got to pick some more up, but it's expensive. But I've been putting athletic greens in my morning smoothies. Are you familiar, Big Daddy?
Athletic greens? You mean like
I've heard it, but I don't know enough about it.
It's athletic greens is it's like a powder. It's made in New Zealand.
Yeah. I wonder what the potassium content is of that.
I don't know.
I need to look into that.
Why do they call them athletic?
That's the name of the product.
That's the company.
It's supposed to be for athletes.
Ah.
Instead of taking like proteins and shit, you take athletic.
I just immediately think of like vegetables running around playing baseball and shit.
Well, I think because it's supposed to have the main electrolyte content that you would need for an athlete, which is why I'm wondering what the potassium content is.
Yeah, and that's potassium's one of the ones that you lose the most once you break a sweat.
Yeah, not only do you lose the most, but it's one of the more dangerous ones if you overdose.
Yeah. You have to keep a real tight balance on potassium levels.
But
bananas and raisins are both high in potassium.
Pete's comment about athletic greens was almost as stupid as what goes through my head every time, because they're working in Pennsylvania. They're working on Route 420.
Yeah.
And I keep seeing signs that say 420 road work ahead. And what I picture in my head is dudes with jackhammers smoking blunts, and you can barely see. you can barely see from like one guy to another because there's so much smoke.
You just hear it. You're like, I know there's a jackhammer running somewhere.
But every time, and it's so dumb. And I'm glad that Pete said something really dumb so that I had a chance to bring that up.
Didn't they just fix this road? Didn't we just fix this road?
Dude, I thought, wait. Oh, we gotta do the other side, dude. Actually.
Actually, we were supposed to fix that road over there.
Dude,
we're supposed to fix the potholes.
420, not 420.
Are you mocking me, Erica?
She is. She's mocking you pretty hard.
Good job.
And I gotta tell you, I am really enjoying it. Because you remember before Erica joined the show, and she was like all hell bent to defend you, and then yeah, she was all like, "Why are you guys so mean? Why are you guys so mean?" And now she just joins in with the rest of us.
Now she understands.
Right. It gets to a point where Matt and I are like, Erica, ease up on Pete a little bit.
It's like, God, he's got feelings, for Christ's sake.
It's really mean.
Is this thing over?
Yes.
No, just the tips.
Oh, yeah.
We do have to run just the tips.
We do have. Thank you, Big Daddy, for remembering all about your.
Remembering me.
Number 98. We're working our way close to 100 with just the tips.
I think I just posted it.
Oh, fantastic!
Number 100.
We need to. We really need to start releasing these. As
I gotta get some more of those together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try to do some of that this week.
Just the tips with Stanley McFadden.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Media Virus Podcast, it is I who have returned, the one and only Big Daddy, Professor Big Technology from the U of V, bringing at you another episode of Just the Tips. Tonight's episode number 28. No, 98. Episode 98. Fighting.
Bitch, that's where you fuck you my dildo, right? And you love me. You fucking nutted everywhere. That's why you said you wouldn't fucking say that shit, right? You said it. You never fucking.
Ladies, here's the deal. Y'all don't act right when you argue, when you fight. Y'all lose your goddamn minds. And you do and say ill shit that if another man said or did to us, we now have to fight. If I'm arguing with a dude and he says some shit about, I don't know, my mama, or about the size of my dick, where he starts making some personal commentary on shit that he shouldn't, we gotta fight. If I'm arguing with a dude and he slaps me across the face, punches me in the dick, we gotta fight. Some of you bitches out here are habitual line steppers. Y'all cross over the line when you argue and act like there's no fear of consequence.
It's your mother, right? Oh, you serious? Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Serious? Stop fucking playing with me, bro. You serious?
Ladies, let me clue you in. It's not that we are incapable of defending ourselves. It's not like we are incapable of grabbing you by the goddamn throat and strangling you until you pass the fuck out and then throwing your body into a field. It's not that we're incapable of that. It's that we actually don't feel like going there. It's not worth it to us. Plus, I mean, a lot of y'all are heavy, and that's a lot of fucking weight to drag over to a field. It's just too much. Instead, how about y'all learn that I'm actually have a conversation like two grown-ass adults and have a conversation that sticks to what the problem is about. If we are having a disagreement on what to have for dinner, then the conversation is about dinner. It's not supposed to be a conversation about dinner and then you throw in my mother. It's not. We're not having a conversation about bills, a disagreement about bills, and then all of a sudden, my dick is the problem. No, ladies, y'all need to turn that brain ninja shit off when you fight. Stick to the topic. See, this has far deeper ramifications than you all understand. See, you can't say ill shit to us and then expect for everything to be fine 10 minutes later. You can't go in on my mama and expect that at the end of the argument everything's cool. We ain't cool. You said and did some ill shit. And the consequences are that he's no longer going to look at you the same way as he did before. Ladies, when we talk to you about things, when we decide to let our guard down and be vulnerable with you and talk to you about things that are affecting us personally, deeply, we speak from our heart and from our minds and we let you in, and you turn around and you use that shit against us, and then you wonder why it is that we don't open up. See, we open up to you just a little bit at first, and we test around and we look both ways. We go a little bit further. We look both ways and we go a little bit further. But as soon as you use that shit as a weapon against us, those doors are closing shut tight and they're never opening again. You're never gonna get in. So if you're smart, you keep the arguments about what it's about. It's you and me against the problem. It's not you versus me. And some of y'all need to understand that. Some of y'all need to grow the fuck up and understand that when there's a problem, it is not you versus me. And yes, I'm saying it again. It is not you against me. It is us against the problem. That's how you make relationships work. You talk it out like two grown-ass adults. Do not expect to say some ill shit and then expect me to have sex with you tenderly, gently, sweetly afterwards. It's just not going to happen. And if you fuck up and you go that route, then you got some making up to do. It's going to take some spontaneous sandwiches, some spontaneous blowjobs. It's going to take you sucking up. I mean, I literally and metaphorically, you're going to need to suck up that dick in order to apologize. You're going to need to do some extra shit to make us feel safe. And that's a hard path to take, but it's the one that you deserve for opening up your goddamn mouth and doing some dumb shit that you knew you shouldn't have in the first place. So, just keeping it 100. All right. Media Virus Podcast, Big Daddy, just the tips. I'm out. Happy fucking and happy talking like two grown-ass adults.
A woman to be in a full argument with a man and be like, this is point A of why I'm upset. Point.
Hold on. You'll be in an argument with a man. Men don't like arguing. So if you're in an argument with a man, then you are probably the problem. Literally so many men that I've met, men that I've been friends with online or whatever, I've never gotten into arguments with them. And the ones that I did get into arguments with, it didn't end well. One thing I know about men is that whenever you're trying to argue with them, whenever you're upset, they're going to try to de-escalate the situation. And if you keep being all like, blah, 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 like every single woman on the planet does, then he's probably going to leave you. A lot of people are all like, I shared my feelings and he left. No, you didn't share your feelings. You were being belligerent, and that's why he left, not because of your feelings.
Now, just real quick. Oh, wait. No. We got to wait till it's over.
Yeah, that's the end. I mean, you just got in clip.
Does your ex-wife know that you're still fighting with her?
Is that who hurt you?
What
on earth?
Probably, and yes.
Okay. She probably does.
Probably.
Oh my God. Listen, you made some points. I appreciate a good communicator, but you said some things that were so fucking weird and out of pocket. And it was just a reminder why I go to bed before this happens.
It's supposed to be out of pocket. Big Daddy is out of pocket.
Well,
OMG.
she was saying I had us muted, and she says, like, I don't know if we have like an evolved like relationship or what. And I'm like, no, we're evolved. Like there is, you know.
The thing about this is it's not for everyone. If you are beyond that, then that tip ain't for you.
There you go. He tries to give tips to everybody. You know, especially his ex-wife. He's been trying to give tips to his ex-wife now for about 6 weeks.
Not every tip is for everybody, but everyone can learn.
How long were you married?
Like I just
too long.
No, I was going to say that's how long you've been trying to give her the tip.
I guarantee you that he wasn't married as long as he's been complaining about it.
That is true. What I can tell you that I have repeated the same mistakes with different partners.
Okay.
Well, that's
that I can tell.
Now, see, that's one thing I try to bring into this relationship with my beautiful wife, that, you know, the mistakes that I know I made in my last relationship, I tried to not do those. The problem is I'm an asshole and shit comes out of my mouth.
Go to therapy. Jesus.
I'm in therapy.
So you do the brain ninja thing?
The what?
And you say the brain ninja, where you say a comment that like cuts real deep, but you don't really catch it for a few minutes, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, but my sword is dull. I'm not nearly as vicious as I used to be. But I think that there was a lot of, like, I'm not nearly as funny when I'm like happy. You know? I'm really funny when I'm really angry. That's when it all comes. There's a lot of sarcasm and lashing out, and it's funny. You know? So
I mean, as long as it's funny.
It's funny. That's all that matters, is that it's funny.
As
He
long as it's
desperately
funny.
wants everyone to see his little sign. He's so proud of it. Matty is an asshole.
Hey,
He didn't even have the guts to put 2 S's in there. All right, you done?
I'm going to bed. I'm going to the beach tomorrow. So
That's right. I'm headed to the beach tomorrow. If you guys want to hang out with me, come on down to Rehoboth. I'll be there from 8 to noon. Maybe
Purple
2.
Parrot?
Is that the gay bar? You making a joke?
Yeah, it's
He's so not gay that he didn't even know.
Well, actually,
Who's
Damn
doing
it.
now?
Yeah, you're the one that knows
Damn
it
it.
off the top of your fucking head, dude.
I guess I put my dick away then.
Oh
Hold on,
shit! Did I
because
remove Pete?
there's a guy at work.
Sorry about
who's
that, Pete.
like, he's
No, you're
actually
not.
really not that old, but he like lives in 1984, 85 maybe. And so like he doesn't like know anything about anything. And so when I told him I was going to Rehoboth tomorrow, he's like, "Oh man, isn't that like the beach where all like the weirdos hang out, man?" And I was like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's mostly just like Philadelphia, Delaware, and like Delaware County, just at the beach. Like,
DC.
and so he's like, "No, man, you know, like the weirdos, man,
Like those dudes that like butt sex with each other.
like with the rainbows and all that stuff, man." And I was like, "Yeah, they're just people now."
They're just people now.
And he goes, "Oh, you don't mind all that stuff?"
No.
And I was like, "Yeah, most.
I mean, it's not like they're doing
just
it all in
people.
public or anything.
But not calling them the weirdos. At least, like, I was proud that he didn't like say like a
The F word?
derogatory.
The F word I don't want on my show.
Right. I mean, he probably would have if it was anybody else.
The F word I don't fucking want on the show.
Better get your bleeper
So-
out.
I think it was last week. It was either last week or the week before that I did a little day trip down to Rehoboth, and the thing that I saw the most of, if I'm completely honest, was like girls that were too young to be wearing the bathing suits they were wearing.
Yes. Also, like in their defense, like they're making bathing suits with like less and less butt these days. But yeah,
there's a lot. Like I just look around, like it made me feel old. You know what I mean? Because I didn't used to complain about bathing suits.
Right.
Were you walking around constantly finding you had to avert your eyes?
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is going? Yeah.
It's like
I was trying to get
you're like walking around like looking up at the sky like do like nope.
I was in line for a fried chocolate chip cookie, and then I noticed that it was pretty good. Anyway, and then standing in line, and then I noticed that the girl in front of me had on like this net cover up and a thong, but I was looking at my phone. But if you know what I'm saying, like, but the angle's wrong. If someone, so I had to like put away my phone and then look up at the menu for 10 minutes.
Well, and you got to be
because I'm not trying to be
don't
on.
already know exactly what you want.
Right, exactly.
Rehoboth don't play. They will get you. They will write you a ticket for a tea bag. They will.
So weird. Okay, goodbye.
All right.
Good night, baby.
Good
All right, I think you can bring us home, dude.
Yeah.
Good night, honey bunch.
This has been the 191st episode of the Media Virus Podcast here on the Media Virus Podcast Network. On behalf of Mrs. Rock Def, Big Daddy, Grease Monkey Pete, and our fearless leader, Matty Rock Def, I'm Professor Mike the Taurus coming from to you live here in Uncle Butch Studios. We'll be back next week with another fantastic episode of the Media Virus Podcast.
How's that?
Worse.
Much worse.